Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see today, I have this crazy custom painted yellow Evo 10 that I am about to coat. So I just finished polishing this car. So it, like I said, is custom paint. So I got painted a couple of months ago now, and the owner wants me to give it a coating to really lock in that gloss. But first, he just wanted me to refine the paint a little. So it did have a few sanding marks and some swirls from the painter refining the paint, wet sanding and everything. So I've finished that off. I've got the paint now looking perfect, and I'll just bring you in a little bit closer just to really give you an idea. This, don't know if it's going to do it justice on camera, but the amount of metallic, there's like pinks, blues, greens, all sorts of metallic flakes in this paint. And it really does pop in the sun. So it needs a good coating that's going to really show how good this paint is. So I ended up going with Gyeon Pure Evo. So this one they really recommend for glossy and metallic paints. So they say like a candy-like finish, similar to wax. Figured this is going to be the one to go for. So going to be coating the car in this. I've never used any Gyeon coatings before, so I'm keen to test this out. Also picked up a couple of their large applicator pads. It does come with a smaller one in the kit as well, but let's go ahead and open this up and see what you get. So yeah, you get this smaller applicator pad. This one's probably perfect size. I prefer smaller ones like this, but I'm going to actually save this one for the wheels, because customer did also get a new set of wheels that are in the car in the back that I need to coat before he gets them fitted to the car. So I'm going to actually save this one for the wheel coating. I think that's perfect. Use these larger ones for the paint. So what do we get in the kit? Well, we got the bottle of Pure itself, 30 mils, and this is a single layer coating, which is definitely a win. Used to having to do 2 layers. Got ourselves a geonized sticker, a little warranty card. I'm not certified by Gyeon, so this isn't really going to do much, but you can write down the date that it was done just to keep that known. Tick off which coating he's got. I don't think he's going to want this sticker anywhere. And then we've got some instructions and a maintenance guide. So that's everything that comes with it. Plus I picked up these. So obviously before I apply, I have wiped it down with a prep spray. I've used Gyeon Prep, actually used a lot of this stuff. So it is now completely ready to coat. So I'm actually making a couple of videos on this car. So I'm doing a full cinematic style video on this one, showing the entire process in like a cinematic style edit, as I like to do when I do full car details. But I'm also going to do a separate video testing out this Gyeon coating, and also another one for a new tyre dressing that I've picked up. So if you guys want to see more of this car, then you definitely will. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and test out this coating. Okay, so I have opened the bottle up, got our applicator ready, and I grabbed 2 microfiber cloths. So I'm going to use the blue one for the first wipe, and this mustard one for the second. This one's a little bit higher GSM. This one's a Rad company. This one's an Aquatouch. So yeah, thought 2 different colors will work well. Always like to use 2, one for the first wipe and one to just make sure we'll go back over. So I'm going to do the boot, top of the boot first of all. So yeah, we've got this ready. It is shaken up, but just to be safe, always good to give it a thorough further shake, and also gloves on, of course. So I'm just going to go ahead and be pretty thorough. Because we are just doing 1 layer, I'm going to go thick, and it does actually suggest to do a thick single layer. So you can see I've got that pretty loaded up. So come over to the boot, and do a couple of dabs. So you can see that going on, well I can with my eyes at least. So what it actually says is not to stress about the application method so much as the wipe off method. So I know usually most coatings suggest a crosshatch pattern, which is just what I'm used to doing. And that's what I'm going to do, but I mean in the instructions to say don't stress about that, stress about the application. So do any you want, you do circles, I guess, but yeah, I just know that the crosshatch pattern is going to be good for getting good coverage. I'm also going to get up in this little CSL style trunk section as well, boot lip. So that is pretty thorough coverage. I know I've got the entire boot. Now it says it's very easy and forgiving because it gives you actually up to 10 minutes to wipe off, unless you're in a very hot climate. I'm not. I've actually got the aircon going here in the garage today, and it's not a very hot day or anything anyway. So we know we have that thoroughly on. I can see it kind of, not really flashing yet, but yeah, I can see that it's changed slightly. It's a really hard color to kind of show. Even with my eyes, it's quite hard to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this down, give it a few minutes, pick the camera back up, and we'll see what the wipe off is like. I know that the Gyeon Moss or Moss, whatever that one's called, you'd have to do very small sections, but then it wipes off very easy and is slick. This one is the opposite. You can do very large sections. They recommend whole panels, and then you've got up to 10 minutes to wipe off, but I don't think the wipe off is as easy, but I guess we're about to find out. So yeah, I'll pick this back up in a couple of minutes once I see a clear sign of that flashing. All right guys, it's been about 5 minutes. This doesn't look to rainbow like I'm used to with coatings. It does a little bit, but I'm pretty sure, it's been over 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure it'd be good to start wiping it down now. So I'm just gonna see how it does. It's definitely not grabby or anything, but what I will say is it's kind of hard to see as clearly. I'm getting a little bit on the glass there. It's hard to see as clearly, like, because it doesn't have that rainbowy effect, you don't as much see where you've been, where you've got a high spot. I'm guessing it'll be easier once I reverse the car out. After I finish, I usually reverse out into the sun and walk around with the microfiber and just carefully check for any high spots. But usually I can see a little bit better as I'm going. So, but yeah, it seems to wipe off pretty slick. So I'll grab my second microfiber here, and we'll just be very thorough. So that is what it says in the notes, is to don't panic about the application method, but more focus on the leveling or wiping it down. So you can see I'm being very thorough. I want to make sure I do not leave a high spot on this. And that's pretty much the key I've found to coating, is just taking your time as you are leveling down. I'll just flip over for a final. Don't think I've got any more on the glass. And yeah. Looking pretty good. So that's nice and easy. So what I actually did was, while I was doing that, I actually, with the other camera, I started applying onto the bonnet, because I thought if it's going to be 10 minutes to wipe off, I might as well keep going. So I've applied to that section as well. So with the other camera now, I'm going to wipe that off. And I think we'll do another panel. With this camera, might try like a door or something, but so far super easy. One layer, so that boot is done. That's all it takes, it's just that one layer. As long as you are thorough with your, that's why I'm going to stick with the crosshatch pattern, because if you're doing 2 layers, then you're definitely going to catch anywhere you missed, but 1 layer you risk leaving a section that you didn't get. So yeah, I'm going to put this camera down and wipe the bonnet down, which we've done as whole one panel, which is what it suggests. It suggests doing whole panels at once. I'm used to halving or quartering the bonnet. Done the whole bonnet at once now. We've got the aircon blowing straight onto it, and I can actually see, I'm not sure if it's going to come through on this camera or not, but right here, I can see the rainbow effect there. So yeah, it looks like it's good to go. So once I've got that done, I'm going to do another section, and yeah, we'll keep on moving along with the car. All right guys, I've done a couple more panels. I've done like the 2 front guards, the roof lining, like the pillars on both sides, and the top of the car there as well. So now I think I'm just going to do the roof on camera. So yeah, go ahead and load this up and get it onto the roof. I think I'm going to do the whole thing as one. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's do this roof. So I'll just do one side then the other. I actually kind of like this applicator. I feel like though there's other ones that have like a piece of plastic in the middle. I haven't used one, but they're designed to make you not sort of use so much. Like coating doesn't soak through the fibers, and this one doesn't have that. It's just one big pad. I kind of feel like I'm using more product. Yes, because I'm using such a large applicator pad, because I've got to like pour so much on there to get coverage on it, but also I just feel like it does sort of drink up the coating a little bit. I feel like using just my traditional little suede block thing. I know it's old school, but I don't know, I feel like I like those. And I am starting to mix up the pattern I do, kind of doing a mixture between a crosshatch and whatever you call this. So there's one side. So let's see if we go around the other side of the car, if there's still enough left to do the other side of the roof, which you'll be able to quickly tell. So yeah, that's leaving big dark dots. So clearly, even though it doesn't look like there's a whole lot left on the applicator, it's actually pretty loaded up. So it does make coating pretty quick. Firstly being the single layer system, and secondly, it's doing such large panels at a time that I guess, yeah, you do like this whole roof and then wait a few minutes, come back and wipe it off. As I get more and more used to this, I just don't want to leave anything too long. So I feel like you could do like, I don't know, so the roof, and then do, like if I haven't already done, like, you know, the top of the boot or something. And then, yeah, like coat that, come back and wipe this, and then wipe that. So it makes you sort of, I don't know, go along a bit quicker. Okay, another few minutes later, and I can see that starting to flash. It doesn't really say much about when you should be wiping off, other than up to 10 minutes you have. And then immediately if you're in a high, like a humid area. So I'm seeing a rainbow. I'm going to go ahead and assume to wipe that down. I'm just unsure whether leaving it for longer is better, or is it just going to become harder to level? Because at the moment, it's not like a slick wipe off, but it isn't grabby. So like some coatings, as you're sort of learning them, and you sort of start to leave them a little bit longer to see, and they start to get really grabby and harder to wipe and level down. So I wonder if that's the case, but I feel weird leaving this coating even for this long. I'm used to sort of 1 minute flash times, or almost instantly. This I'm leaving for like, I've left it about 10 minutes, and it's still wiping down just super easy. So it's pretty interesting. I think I'm definitely going to be using this on my car actually, because I think it'll really help the metallic in my car also come through with that candy-like gloss they talk about. I am keen to see how this looks first of all, but this paint did just look amazing after polishing, so I don't know how much more coating could really do, but yeah, I'm impressed so far. I like the application of larger sections and of yeah, just like longer flash time. So if I could get this really dialed in to where I just do, yeah, like a few panels at a time, like I said, as I was applying this, I think it's a bit of a win. Having absolutely no issues with it so far. So pretty impressed. So yeah, that's as much as I'm going to do for applying, because I don't want to make it boring or repetitive, but I mean, you guys can see it's pretty easy. If I can apply this coating, pretty much anyone can. As I always say, if you can prep and apply a paint sealant or a wax, mainly a paint sealant, let's say an SiO2 sealant, then you can apply a coating. I find some sealants to be sometimes trickier to apply than some coatings. So yeah, anyone could do this really. It's all about the prep, but the application, super easy with this one. So yeah, I need to get my other towel and level down that roof fully. But so far, it's looking really good. Like that bonnet that we did earlier, it's looking great. I think what I'm gonna do, like I said, is finish the car off, and then I'm gonna reverse it out. There's a little bit of light left today. Go over the whole thing with a microfiber, checking for high spots. But then tomorrow, this is gonna cure overnight in the garage. Tomorrow, before the owner comes back to pick it up, I'm gonna take it out in the sun and we'll wrap this video up then, show you guys just how good this paint looks and give my final thoughts on the product. So let's cut to that now. All right guys, well, it is the next day and I need to be quick because it's actually possibly going to rain. Every time someone picks up a car, I swear it rains, but this thing looks incredible. So the Gyeon Pure Evo, I really like it. So I've got to mention the price, $120 for the 30 mils. This is prices here in Australia. So we've got sun going on and off the paint at the moment, but it looks just incredible. Like the gloss, it's just so deep and rich. It is crazy. I cannot wait to see the owner's reaction to this, because this paint looks like he had it wrapped this color previously, or a similar yellow. Then he decided to go all out and get it painted, and it looked so good when he first got it painted. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, what a difference. And then now, again, it's another difference. It just, the correction and the coating has just enhanced it so much. So, you know, try and, oh yeah, here comes a bit of sun. Try and bring you in. It's just not doing it justice. I'll put some shots that I took with the other camera for my other video to show you guys. But like the gloss, it is just insane. When the sun does hit it and you see the flakes, like here we go, there's a bit of sun. It's sort of dropping in and out, but yeah, it's just made the color so rich. I am incredibly blown away. It's I guess a lot of it that I'm blown away by is the paint color, but to rate this coating, I feel like I really like it. A single layer coating, which is a big bonus. Doing whole panels at a time, like I showed when I was applying, makes it quite easy. I did sort of work out that the best sort of, there's no real best time to wipe it down. I tried a bunch of different times, just within those few minutes. That's what makes it even easier. You don't really have to be spot on with a wipe off time, I found. It's just within that range. Once you see it flashing, you've got another few minutes. And after I finished the car, I did reverse it out into yesterday's sunlight and check for some high spots, which I had a couple here and there, but they wiped off pretty easy. I guess because the paint, because the coating gives you up to 10 minutes, it really gives you longer. So if you've got any high spots you've left, they do seem to wipe off quite easily. Also did the carbon fiber with the coating as well, and yeah, I think I'm definitely getting another bottle of this, and I'm going to be doing my own black Evo 10 with it. I think the metallic in my car will really come out with this as well, so I'm going to do a correction on mine pretty soon, and then yeah, recoat it with this rather than what I normally use, which is Sea Quartz UK from CarPro. So yeah, I just really like the one layer doing the large panels at a time, the long flash time, it isn't the easiest wipe off I've found, but it's not exactly the hardest either. I didn't find really any negatives with it. So unfortunately what I can't do is wet the car and show you guys the water behavior, because it's just still a little bit too fresh. I want to keep the car clean and dry for when the owner comes back to collect it. But I do actually have to coat some other parts for him that he's adding to the car soon, hence why I'm keeping the leftovers. And when I do that, I will wash the car and give it a maintenance wash and show you guys how it looks. That'll probably be in 2 months time, so I will have an update. If not though, I am going to also use this in a panel test soon against a couple of other ceramic coatings, and we'll see how they look over the long-term test. But the next video you'll likely see on this will be the maintenance wash. So yeah, I mean, I could just honestly stare at this all day. This just looks so good. I'm very, very happy with the results. I just honestly can't wait for the owner's reaction. I think he's going to be blown away. So if you guys want to see the full detail video of this, I'm not sure the order in which they're uploading. To do a couple of videos on this car, but if you want to see the full video, I'll have a link in the description. But if not, keep an eye out, subscribe to the channel, because I'm actually really proud of the video that I made of the full cinematic detail on this one. I think it came out really well from what I've edited so far, which is the majority of it. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think of that one. Let me know what you think of this coating and any other coatings you think I should try out that may rival this. But for now, I need to get this car back inside just in case it spits a bit of rain. Wait for the owner, and yeah, we'll end it there. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have a link in the description to this Gyeon Pure coating, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.